So welcome everybody. Today's session, Internet Mastery, Phase 1, driving traffic to your website. This is the second part of the driving traffic to your website series. Last week we got together and we talked about driving traffic to your website offline, right? What are some of the strategies and techniques that we do in our traditional offline marketing to bring people to our websites? And also talked a little bit about leveraging MLS listings or the property listings notification to drive traffic back to the website. Today's session is going to be mainly about driving traffic to your website when people are already online. How to get people to come in off search engines, how to use other real estate portals like Craigslist, and social networking, how to get people to come to your website by blogging and leveraging a very powerful tool called Facebook. So we're going to talk about that today. My name is Mark Burstein. I'll be your host and presenter today. I've been actually leveraging Property Minder websites in my real estate business. I'm a real estate broker and agent. Been leveraging Property Minder in my business for the past 8 years. So know a little something about how to get clients from the internet and also how to leverage our tools to work with the clients we already have and to get referrals from those clients. So know a little bit about what we're talking about here today. So the goal of the presentations here is for you guys to gain a greater understanding of the internet technology and the strategies for leveraging this technology for success. You know, this isn't really a sales call or a sales pitch. Most of you, if not all of you, should already have an Acceleragent website, so there's really nothing else for me to sell you. But I do want to share with you strategies and techniques so you can leverage this site and actually make it effective in your business, help you work with your clientele, and help you get more clientele. So with the large amount of attendees to this webinar, we're not going to unfortunately be able to have some back and forth dialogue, but if you have questions or concerns or any feedback that you might have, I encourage you, please send me an email. That's my direct email there, mark@bursteingroup.com. I know from the first session, several of you sent me some very nice, encouraging emails and very engaging questions, and very happy to see that. I'm very happy to engage with you and answer any questions that you might have. And you can also engage with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/propertyminder and ask questions there as well. Just got to be sure to like it, right? Like our page so we can interact. So today, driving traffic part 2, driving traffic online. We're going to talk about how to get traffic to your website. But in reality, the three systems need to work together so that you have to have a great some understanding of how the lead generation works with the driving traffic and the follow-up works with the lead generation and the driving traffic, because the three together work together as a system. So although today's discussion is going to be mainly focused on driving traffic from online sources, there's going to be some talk about lead generation and some talk about follow-up as well, because those do interact. They work together to form an effective system. So last week, like I said, we talked about driving traffic offline and listing alerts. This week, we're going to be talking about search engine optimization, pay-per-click, Craigslist, social networking. And the next week, we're going to talk about, okay, now we drove the traffic to our website. What are some of the strategies, best practices, and techniques to actually get that traffic to identify themselves as a buyer or seller and leave behind their very, very precious contact information so that we can follow up and turn them into clients for life. So today we did a quick review actually already about what we discussed last week. And we're going to be talking about driving traffic online, leveraging pay-per-click, search engine optimization. We're going to focus on our Craigslist tool. We're talking about blogging and talk about Facebook. So driving traffic to your website. The quickest and easiest way to get traffic to your website immediately today is to leverage something called pay-per-click advertising. What pay-per-click advertising, it's related to search engines, and basically it's space on search results that you buy by bidding for it, saying that, okay, well, if someone wants to, let's say I'm a real estate agent in San Jose, California, and I want people, when they type in San Jose real estate, I want to be found. And in order to be found, I'm willing to pay X number of dollars for every person to come to my website. be it 50 cents, be it $1, maybe it's going to cost me $5, maybe $10, depending on how many other people also want to drive traffic to their websites for the keyword San Jose real estate. But it is the quickest way to get traffic. The cost is fixed. It's set by you. So I can say, well, I don't want to pay more than $25 a day or $50 a day or 50 cents a day. It's up to you. You set those parameters, and you only pay if somebody visits your website. So it's not like a magazine article or a magazine ad where you don't know if people are actually even looking or seeing your advertising. You're definitely only spending your dollars when someone visits your website, right? And it is a game of large numbers. With pay-per-click, you do have to generate quite a bit of traffic if you want to get that traffic to be converted into clientele down the road. Now, where do they offer pay-per-click advertising? Well, number one, Google does, Yahoo, MSN, America Online, and other major traditional search engines. And also Facebook also offers pay-per-click opportunities. But Facebook, it's interesting because it is more of a social-based site, but because people are logged in on their Facebook, when you're offering pay-per-click solutions, you do get a lot more higher targeted demographics. So if you're only looking to work with doctors who make a certain income level, you can do that on Facebook. You can't really do that on the other portals. You can really target. But for our discussion today, we're going to focus mainly on Google pay-per-click because that's the biggest and most prevalent one. And what pay-per-click ads are, if you can see here on the slide, is they're the ads that on Google they run in the very top in the highlighted section. And they also run on the right side of the screen as ads here. You have some limited space. You have the ability, you have your, you create your main posting here, and then a little description about what you are selling, if you will, or what people are going to see when they click on your link. And then your branding, what your URL is down here. Now, just a quick side note, when you're driving traffic from pay-per-click and you're typing in your keyword, you know, what the page that is that you go to when you click on this link isn't necessarily the front page of the website, isn't necessarily Roth Real, like for example here for Roth Real Estate. It might not get to rothrealestate.com's front page. It could be a page within Roth Real Estate. So just wanted to share that with you guys because depending on what your goal is, I know we mentioned last week that the number one reason people go online for real estate information is listings. Number one reason, far and above everything else. So it may be a good idea if you're targeting buyers with your pay-per-click ad and your advertising says, hey, find San Francisco real estate with photos, tours, and info. When someone clicks on that link, wouldn't it be a good idea for them to get straight to listings? So you can do that with pay-per-click on your Property Minder website, direct them straight into that lovely map that we have now. And you could direct them straight into the map of a certain area, like if you're focused on San Francisco, right on the city of San Francisco, so people can quickly and easily start engaging and looking at property listings and hopefully leaving behind their contact information. So if you go to google.com, advertising programs here in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, if you click on that, that's where you go to set up your pay-per-click campaign. You get to Google advertising, you want to get started with AdWords. AdWords is Google's pay-per-click. And it's going to be very similar on the other portals as well, folks. So if you want to set up on Yahoo or MSN, on their main page, there's going to be a link somewhere, probably near the bottom, about advertising on their website. That's why they're in business, folks. That's what they do. So they're going to make it fairly easy for you. So some things to think about when working with pay-per-click advertising. The big draw here is the keywords. Now, what's the keyword? A keyword is what a consumer types in the search bar and click search. When you are setting up your keywords, you have to be very specific. It's a very specific thing. So if there's a misspelling, you know, Google's not smart. If you misspell San Francisco or you forget an S in the middle, the results are going to be very different than the results had you spelled it correctly the first time. They may be relevant, they may be irrelevant. But the keywords when you set them up are specific. So if you're working in San Francisco, think about leveraging, obviously, the name of the city, but also the misspellings of the name of the city are different keywords, sometimes a lot less expensive, actually most of the time a lot less expensive than the correctly spelled keyword. And the misspellings can be a great way to drive traffic to your website at a fraction of the cost. So a little quick tip there. But basically, when it comes to keywords, there's a couple of strategies. Okay, there's the general two strategies when breaking up the keywords. You have your general keywords, which are considered short tail keywords, and specific keywords, which are considered long tail keywords. So a general keyword would be a large metropolitan area. Like, let's say you're working in where I work, Silicon Valley. San Jose is the biggest city here in Silicon Valley. Short tail keyword would be San Jose real estate. Targets a very large metropolitan area, a very broad demographic. You're going to have a lot more traffic because people that don't know Silicon Valley, they know, okay, well, yeah, San Jose is the hub. Or if you don't know San Francisco, you don't know the neighborhoods, but you know San Francisco, you were thinking about buying a house there, you're going to type in San Francisco. Or if you're, in San Diego or New York or whatever, you're going to type in the major county seat there with the word real estate. That's going to be your short tail keyword. Now, with the short tail keyword, you're going to get a lot more traffic because there's a lot more people looking, but you're going to your quality of lead is going to be a little bit lower, and we'll go into that in a little bit. Same with specific keywords. Specific keywords or long tail keywords have a specific geographic area in mind. Let's say a specific neighborhood in mind. So if we're in San Francisco, maybe we only want to live in Pacific Heights. So Pacific Heights real estate would be considered a long tail keyword because you're breaking down to a very specific geographic area or a specific niche or specific demographic. You're going to get less traffic, less competition, but a higher lead quality because people have already been down the road a little bit. They've already come through the short tail keyword and realized that, okay, I want to live in San Francisco, that I know, but I'm not interested in 80% of the city. I'm only interested in this specific neighborhood. So they've already gone, taken the steps, done some research. Chances are buying cycle is going to be shorter for people that are looking at long tail keywords. Now, just an example here. Example of the short tail here. If someone types in Google San Diego real estate, okay, you have, if you look here on the right, highlighted in red, about 71,700,000 results for San Diego real estate. There's over 71 million web pages out there that have to deal with San Diego real estate. And guess what? If you're not in the top 10 or 20, meaning you're not on the first or second page, you're not going to be found. Okay? Now, when it comes to pay-per-click advertising, as it relates to short tail keywords like San Diego real estate, remember, our ad is here. There's only 3 spots to kind of semi-disguise yourself as a natural result. By the way, guys, these natural results get probably 30 to 40% more, if not more, traffic than the sponsored links. People already know sponsored links are sponsored. These are natural results. But still, nevertheless, they do get a significant amount of traffic, so we definitely should not ignore the pay-per-click or the sponsored keywords. But back to topic here. 71 million competition. You're bidding for 3 spots to be on the top and 10 more spots to be on the right. What do you think the cost is going to be pay-per-click for something that has 71 million competitors? Probably pretty high. I would say to get here, these lovely folks are probably spending anywhere from $3 to $10 a click, if not more. Think about that. That means if I went in here and clicked on the San Diego real estate, our friends at Zip Realty will probably get dinged $7 or $8. Now, everyone should do that. I'm just kidding. Not everyone sit there and click on it. But that is the danger. That is also one of the dangers of pay-per-click advertising. Your competitors will go in there and say, Caldwell Banker, I work for Alon Pinnell. I'm going to click here 3 times and rack up their bill. But in reality, Google does have filters in place and security measures in place that people can't do that. But they can do it once, right? So if they come in, they type in the see your ad, people click. That's the point, right? We want to get them to our website, but we want to get people that are genuinely interested in us and our product. But unfortunately, you can't differentiate between the two.